The trade deadline has come and gone, and that means there is one team that looks significantly worse, and the opposing pitcher looks fantastic. Hey, you're watching The Perfect Lineup, where Josh Engleman and myself, Dave Loughran, try to, build a perfect lineup, take down a tournament, 2 pitchers, 1 stack, let the single lineup sims fill in the rest and do the remainder of the work. And we're about to get down to it. But before we do, if you want to get a free week of the MLB Sims, I know football started yesterday, not in earnest, but the Hall of Fame game. Still got plenty more baseball until the football season kicks off fully. So if you want to get a free week of the Sims, leave a comment down below. Let us know who you think the highest scoring stack is going to be on tonight's large Friday slate. And if you happen to be correct, you're getting a free week of the Sims coming straight to you. Of course, leave a comment down below on anything else. Like this video, subscribe if you think it helps you and you enjoy it along the way. It's free, and let's get into it. All right, you guys already know what I have to do at SP1, right? Logan Gilbert at home. Yeah, I get it. Home road splits can be noisy. They can be misleading. They can just be something you don't want to look at. However, that's a lot different when you have baseball and you're talking about parks, right? It's a lot different than being like, man, the crowd really gets these guys going. They've been awesome at home this year. Like, yeah, okay. What about the fact that T-Mobile Park is a massive ballpark and a pitcher's haven? That is the difference between baseball and other sports when you're trying to evaluate home and road splits. I know Gilbert's going to be popular today, but when I ran the Sims with a 5,000 player field or a 5,000 lineup pool, I got twice the field, 2x the field. So he's popular, but you're getting 2x the field, which means it's still a leverage spot if you're playing many lineups. Now, for the sake of this video, talking single entry, I went ahead and I ran it with a field of only 500, and still 14 of the top 20 lineups, top 20 simmed ROI lineups had Logan Gilbert as well. 36% K rate on the season. That balloons north of 40% at home. And in 41 innings pitched in Seattle this year, he's allowing a 190 WOBA with a 178 xFIP. It's just true elite numbers. Overall on the season too, he owns elite numbers versus lefties and righties. You're talking a 280 or lower x WOBA against both of them. Not to mention the Rangers have a slate low 3.5 team total today. So yes, we do what we always do when Gilbert is pitching at home. We play him.
We only had 3 people pick the A's on Wednesday and get the #1 stack correct. So 33% chance to be the winner and have your name show up on this wheel to win 1 week of the MLB Sims at Stokastic.com. And that winner for today is going to be Toy Flashback 3910. If this is you, take a screenshot of this video. Email that to support@Stokastic.com and claim your free week.
All right, to our SP2, Kevin Williams really pops tonight in the tools and everywhere else, including props. We'll talk about all of it. He's the second highest top 2 pitcher probability guy on the slate behind only Logan Gilbert. Highest value probability of anybody and the 10th highest price tag. So yeah, it makes sense. This Twins team without Byron Buxton on the IL also just lost Carlos Correa and Harrison Bader at the trade deadline. They're 26 in WOBA and WRC plus against righties. Middle of the road K rate, but still, I mean, this team did not get better. They got significantly worse at the deadline. And you've got a guy in Buxton who's on the IL. Guys, what, 23 home runs, 59 RBIs? Not exactly a minimal loss here at the top of the order. Williams has a, get this, 5.5 K prop, minus 150 juice to the over, 17.5 outs prop, heavy juice to the over, and a 1.5 earned run allowed prop, juice to the over. But that's obviously the case with 1.5 outs. So say what you want about the ownership. And I wouldn't even blame you for being like, hey, Williams is over. If you want to say that, fine, because I get it. You know, one day this guy looks elite and the other day it looks like he doesn't even know where he is. So if you're banking on the latter, then yeah, maybe getting underweight or fading Williams makes sense. Problem for me though is that he's just objectively too cheap, especially given where all of those props are sitting and how watered down now this Minnesota lineup is. The only pitchers facing teams, by the way, with lower totals tonight are Logan Gilbert against Texas in Seattle, Nick Pivetta, and Carlos Rodon against Miami. So if you're looking to fade the chalk at SP1 and SP2, because I'm always trying to give you guys as much information as possible, Hunter Brown would be my guy against Boston, not necessarily because of the matchup, but because he's 8% owned. He's struggled lately, but he's still elite, and we all know it. Or an $8,300 David Peterson in a good matchup against the Giants. Let's see what Josh can cook up in the stack department for tonight.
It's so easy to go from hero to zero. Tuesday, I pick the best stack possible. Wednesday, I take a team that scores no runs. Let's see if we can get back to the vibes from Tuesday while we take the Arizona Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks in the top stack tool at stokastic.com. 4th in top stack odds. Love it. 5th in top value. Now, that's a little bit deceiving, and we'll get into that when we talk about the lineup, but the guys you want are expensive. The guys you don't really want are the real cheapies here. So we are going to spend a little bit more than it seems based on this tool. They're 4th in stack score. They're 6th in ownership. And we have a couple teams that are actually pulling away from the pack in ownership. Ownership does not matter to me at all when it comes to grabbing the Diamondbacks. Now they're taking on Jacob Lopez and the A's. Lopez has some pretty good K stuff. He's been mowing down any lefty that happens to get up there. They don't see him very often. And even the righty strikeout rate looks great, but he does struggle a bit with power to righties. Not that it's massive numbers. He doesn't have a 200 plus X ISO or anything like that, but it is the way that we're going to try to get to him. And if we're going through the righties, we're going to have to start with Marte. Now, obviously switch hitter, but you'll be getting him from the right side here. 5,800 second base option. Great. You can go Gurriel at 4K. You can get McCann, 3,800. Those three seem like necessities. You can think about an MPE on Alexander, but second, third means the MPE is not going to be all that interesting. You're never putting him in at second and leaving Marte out of the lineup. And then you have Tristan English, who has shown massive power in the minors over the past year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever you want to say. Cup of coffee in the majors so far, but 2,100 for a first baseman. If you're going to be grabbing the stack, maybe we grab the stack and find out that English's power will translate from the minors. Not entirely sure that's going to be the case, but we'll cross our fingers. Everything I just said here says nothing for grabbing the lefty in Corbin Carroll, who is in not a very good spot in this matchup, but once Lopez goes, the game will look a lot better for Corbin Carroll. Now, the overall data for the Diamondbacks isn't great. 13 in WRC plus against lefties, 21st in ISO. They're also 13th in WRC plus on the road, but they are 8th in ISO on the road. And I'm hoping that this is where we find some power. We find a couple home runs, and then we fill out the rest of our lineup with more money than you would expect. So now it's time to build the rest of the lineup using the single lineup simulator at Stokastic. We got Logan Gilbert and Gavin Williams from Laffy earlier in the video. I ended up going with McCann, English, Marte, Carroll, and Gurriel. That leaves us about 3,500 per position. We need to fill out a third baseman, a shortstop, and another outfielder, and we'll get all of that in an optimal manner by clicking complete this lineup. And I absolutely love the way that this got filled out because we got a 2-man Colorado stack. This game is in Coors. We get Orlando Arcia in at third, we get Tovar in at short, and we close that out with our final outfield spot, and we get Lou Bob, who did not get traded from the White Sox yesterday. So we have Lou Bob here at 3,500, leaves us $100 left in salary. We find out how good this lineup looks by clicking Run Lineup Simulation, and we look great. 51% sim ROI, a 0.2% chance of picking up the win, 2.2% chance of a top 10% lineup, and a 34% cash rate. And I really don't have much I would want to change here. I really don't. I love the way the stack happened. I love the 2-man Colorado version. Maybe there's something out there that you guys want to find. Use the single lineup simulator to do it. But I believe that we just found the perfect lineup